Okay, trying again, trying again. This should fix our issue. Let's give this a second here. Today we're going to be pricing a ton of items. Kind of testing our stream here to make sure that we are stable. Seems to be stable now. How's it going, guys? Welcome to the stream. Had a little bit of a bump. I had to change my settings there, so sorry about that. Give people just a minute to get in here. We'll probably start the actual content of the stream in about 2 minutes. And how you guys doing? Welcome to the stream. We're gonna be pricing out a ton of things. That's why we have 3 different GEs open here. All right, about 1 more minute now, and we're gonna go ahead and get going. We'll give people a minute to come in since we just started. But how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. How's the sounds? There's a little sound check actually, really quick before we get going here too. How's the sound? Everything sound okay? Awesome, cool. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started now. Gonna be pricing out a ton of stuff. Thank you, Nothing. Appreciate the sound check there. All right, so we're gonna be pricing out a lot of different things, like a lot, which is why I've got 3 GEs open. We're gonna be doing some high-end stuff, some low-end stuff, just all kinds of stuff. I will be taking some item requests after a bit, but right now I have so many things to price out that I think we're gonna be busy for a minute. Hey, what's up, dude? Welcome, Yazin. How's it going? Okay, let's go ahead and get going. I'm gonna go ahead and get going and start loading up the GE full of items. There's a lot of items we're gonna have to like kind of wait on. Like we're gonna put them in, put them for sale, and then we're gonna wait for the wait for them to sell back. And you know, some things we're just gonna like instantly sell. Obviously, we're not gonna like wait for everything, but this will kind of good to go ahead and get it started here. So, like I said, we're gonna be pricing things of all different types of values and stuff. We're gonna be doing volume stuff. We're gonna be doing gear and everything. I'm looking for the items we're gonna start with for right now. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and we're gonna start with subjugation over here. So we're gonna do boots. We're going to be doing like a bit of a rapid fire here, but I'll explain what I'm doing, obviously. So we instant bought these boots of subjugation. We're going to go ahead and put them back in there. And after I fill up this first GE here, I'll kind of give you some guidance for as far as like, you know, if you want to flip some of these, I can kind of tell you what you should start your prices at. And feel free to go ahead and flip with me today. I'm going to be doing price checks, obviously, but feel free to use these price checks and make some money. And if you're looking for higher end items too, or supplies or whatever, like I mentioned before, you might not have heard it if you just came in. We're going to be doing a lot of different items. Cheap items, big items. We have a full stream of items planned today. We're going to be pricing out so much stuff. So much. We're easily going to price over 100 items. Probably well over 200 items, honestly. Oh, that was the only piece of subjugation that was over GE mid. It's kind of funny. Okay, so to start off here for us, to start us off, we got, and I put everything back in for the instant buy price. So as far as like using these, if you guys want to flip together here, whatever price I put them back in for, that's the instant buy. So we know what you should be selling them at, right? So Boots of Subjugation, looks like 3.1 is the instant buy. We're getting back 3060 after tax. On this item right here, I'd probably start around like 2.5. You'd be looking to make like 560,000 profit on this. Garb of Subjugation, probably buy this around, probably the same, like around 2.5. Same here. Same here. Yeah, pretty much all of them. Pretty much all these subjugation pieces I would start off at like 2.5. The ward, I'd probably start off at like 400. The ward doesn't tend to have like that great of a margin, honestly. It really doesn't usually have that great of a margin. But start these all off at 2.5 and then start off the ward around 400,000. Alright, we're going to keep on going too. So we've got subjugation here. We're going to go over here. I'm just going to remove, well, kind of want this gravel to sell off on this account. Just trying to get it out of my inventory. We'll go ahead and keep going here. So we just did subjugation. We're going to do Armadillo next. Starting off with stuff from our FM prices. So if you're part of the Discord, these are all going to be posted into the FM prices section. 2945. Notice like a downward trend in God of War's dungeon stuff right now. Okay, we'll do Buckler. Oh wow, this is way down. And welcome to the stream for everybody who's just coming in. If I haven't said hi to you yet, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Be pricing out a ridiculous amount of items today, 4569k. And I'm putting it back in for the instant buy price. So any prices you see here is how much we instantly bought it for. So if you guys want to be able, did we do chest plate? No, we didn't. That way, if you guys want to flip these items, then you can do that. Just know that this is what they instantly buy for. Armadillo gloves. Wow, just saw so many price drops. Honestly, wouldn't be surprised on some of this stuff. Like for these gloves, for example, these are like 500,000 below the mid. You could probably just resell these for like higher than what I instantly bought them for. That happens all the time with stuff like this. Or despite the fact we instantly bought it for one price, you can get more out of it. Okay, that's right at mid. A lot of these are at mid too, and then so the ones that when you have a lot of pieces at mid and then there's like one of them that's like way under, I usually just try selling it back at mid. Do we have 2 spots left? We got 1 spot. I need to get rid of we're just gonna take these gravel out for now. I'm gonna do a crossbow. So we're doing some God Wars 1 right now, and then we're going to move on to a different category on the one up here. Because Bandos hasn't been that great lately, so I'm just going to skip Bandos. We'll do some God Wars 2. So a little bit higher priced items in the next one. But these are the types of items you can typically make like 300 to 500k off of. So not amazing, but they're very safe, very easy. 2544. And for some reason, the offhand Armadillo crossbow is like almost always above. I don't know why. Okay, remove these gravel here. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and probably just remove these 2 spots. This account has so much money in items. Right now it has like barely any gold. I should have done God Wars up here. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing God Wars up here. Okay, so over here we got we'll do Dragon Rider Lance. And these things are down so much. Like so much. These were like 30 mil. Like 25, 30 mil for like forever, man. We got Dragon Rider Lance there, and then we're gonna do let's see, what should we do? I want to do like Namora and the other one together. I kind of want to do Cywir together. What is like a single? And the Shadow Glaives are also kind of together. Let's do a Nox. Oh, that already sold back. Okay, so I actually have a spot. 271, 498. Okay, so our DRL is done. How's it going, Arnold? What's up, dude? Okay, so for Dragon Rider Lance. Probably gonna do something like probably gonna do something for Dragon Rider Lance, probably something like probably 12 mil to 13.5 mil. It probably has like a 1.5 mil margin right now, which is not the best for Dragon Rider Lance, but there's not a whole lot of taxes on that, so you'd make a little over 700,000 at that price, which is not awful. Okay, so DRL gets posted into the BFC. And how's it going, guys? Welcome to the stream, welcome to the stream. I see a bunch of people came in, so we're going to be pricing a ton of items today, like an absolute ton of items. So feel free to use whatever prices you see here. I'm going to be instantly buying everything, putting it back in for sale at the price I instantly bought it at. So if you see a price on here, that's what we instantly bought it for. So that's the price you would want to sell it for. And that's basically how you can use today's stream. We're going to be streaming for a good amount of time today and doing a ton of items. So definitely encourage you guys to use whatever prices you want to. I'm going to do a Nox again. Let's do a Nox Scythe. 285, 626. All right, we have a couple items finishing here, so I'm going to go ahead and remove some of these. So we've got Garb of Subjugation, probably buying it like 2.5, kind of as I mentioned before. I'm going to go ahead and update these into our Discord server. If you're not part of our Discord server, I'd highly recommend joining. It's in the description down below. The server is completely free to use. There's over 12,000 people in there. Feel free to jump in there, learn how to flip, ask any questions you've got. If you'd like to support the channel, and you want to hit the easy button to earn a ton of money in the game by having prices given to you all the time, then you can consider joining our Patreon. It is in the description as well. All right, so Subjugation Garb is going to be 2.5 million buy to 3.2 million sell. The gown is going to be 2 2.5 million buy to probably 3.15 million sell. Gloves are 2.5 million buy again to 3.15 million sell. The boots are the exact same buy price I just mentioned to 3.13 million or 3.12 million. Okay. So we just got those updated. I am actually updating all of our prices in the Discord as we go. So if you are a member of a Discord server, feel free to look in there at all the ones I post. Mimic Token Guy, what's up, dude? Since your tip from last stream, I was talking about that I was able to maintain a much higher GP per day of flipping, so thank you for that. Awesome, dude. That's really awesome. What changes did you make? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and take these out. Also, too, if some of these take really long time to sell back, which that happens sometimes with items, obviously those sold back quick. Our Dragon Rider Lance sold back super fast, so you can probably stretch that sale. If they take forever, I'm just going to instantly sell them. But we'll just sit here and give them a minute. But yeah, I'm not going to... These items are not just going to sit here forever and we're just staring at the screen. So don't worry about that. We're going to keep things moving today. We have a lot of stuff to get through, so... up here in this one, since this account is working with a little bit less money, which... Honestly, you know, this is kind of a unique situation. I didn't even really think about this, but... So these two accounts right here have a ton of money in items. Not a lot of cash, a lot of money in items. My main over here has like a little bit of cash, and then I actually have another account that I thought about logging into that has plenty of cash, but actually what I think this actually is a pretty good opportunity is if we use this account right here to kind of simulate the type of stuff that somebody with a lower amount of gold would flip. This is kind of like maybe somebody with a little bit more gold would flip. And this is somebody who has plenty of gold can flip. So well, I think I'll kind of break these up into that maybe. But anyway, feel free to ask any questions you guys have as we go through. Cashmere. I'm going to do the new dungeoneering items over here. Or not dungeoneering, the new archaeology items. Wow, Cashmere does not even buy today. Seems good. If you guys watched my recent video on soil sifting, this is a good sign. That means that moneymaker is probably even more money today, which is pretty awesome. Delved in a token and learned how they work. Did a lot of archaeology materials. Made 65 million on one limit, which is crazy. Awesome, dude. Yeah. And found some other unique things to flip. Awesome. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of people that just completely ignore stuff like this cashmere I'm doing right now. And they just kind of miss out. Because look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's so good. Oops. It didn't come out. Look at that. Look at this. That is crazy. That's like almost a 7,000 margin. That's like almost a 35 million flip on those. That is insane. I'm going to instantly buy, instantly sell a bunch of these pieces over here, and then I will leave that screen open for anybody who wants to use the prices for that. I'm also going to post that into our Discord server in the RS3 supply prices. You'll find that on the left side. You do not need to be a Patreon member to see that. Those are all free open to use. We're going to be filling up those sections quite a lot today too, so. Alright, burnt umber. Wow, oh my goodness. I'm going to have to price the mossy peat again too, because these are looking really good today. Oh yeah, these are some good margins on these things today. Wow, Ivory's not even buying for that price? What are we saying? 40,000? Okay, be careful on this one. Yeah. Be careful on this. That is an incredibly juicy margin. But whenever I see a margin like that, like, just be careful. I really doubt you're going to sell all of them at 40,000 a piece. So just keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and get Mossy Pete in this the screenshot I'm going to make. That way people, if you guys watch that moneymaker, then you can actually know how much Mossy Pete is going for. Oh, wow. That's really good. That is really good. So if you want to just flip these things, then feel free to just flip this Mossy Pete. But if you watch that Moneymaker, if you have access to doing that one, that's going to be a really good one today. Like, that's going to be really, really good. Oops. Oh, got all kinds of... There we go. Messed up my screen over here. That is going to be incredibly good. 3,900, guys. With these price increases... That Moneymaker is easily making more than 20 million an hour right now. Easily. Like, easily making more than 20. Wow, that is awesome. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and let these items sit for just a couple more minutes. And then I'm going to screenshot this. This is going to go into RS3 supply prices. I actually need to move this down a little bit more so we can see that bottom number. Okay. Screenshot this. This goes into RS3 supply prices. Feel free to use. Instant buy, instant sell. Caution on Ivory. Alright, there we go. That is posted in our Discord server, so feel free to look at that Discord server to see these prices. I'm going to move on. And how's it going, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe and follow on Twitch if you're on Twitch. That way, when you see us doing RuneScape, you guys can join in. I am going to be doing a lot of Warframe too. I just want to let you guys know that too, that sometimes you'll see me pop on stream. It's going to be for Warframe. I am actually planning to add Warframe content to the channel. We're going to be doing... So, priority is going to be RS3 right now. We're going to be getting to do a lot more RS3 content, prices, things like that. Josh just asked a question that I was about to get to, so awesome, Josh. We are also going to be doing more old school RuneScape content that includes our old school RuneScape flipping stuff in the Discord server. And as far as like flipping subscription for that, so I've got kind of a short-term and long-term change plan to the like the membership things. What I can tell you is that they're going to be changing. I can't really tell you a whole lot right now because I'm still kind of figuring it out. But most likely what is going to happen is that we're going to be adding probably a couple more games to our roster, which might seem a little crazy, and I hear you if you're like, but Manatee, you haven't even been making that much content lately, which is 100% true. But two main reasons why I haven't been making content is I've been crazy busy IRL. I've lost a couple family members recently. Over the last year, and some other things, and work, and it's been crazy. So, and also our Armadale stuff is going away. That's really nice. We're going to update these Armadale here really soon. I'll leave this screen open while I'm talking too, so you guys can continue to use this, and we're going to do a lot more items here, guys, so one sec. Anyway, many reasons as to why I haven't been making as much content, but one of those reasons is like extreme burnout. Like extreme burnout. I went hard on RuneScape. And so adding a couple different games and everything will actually make it so that I put out more RuneScape 3 content without getting burnt out doing it. So if you're like, why would you add something? There's your answer. It's because it's very fun for me, and that will allow me to actually make better RuneScape 3 content. I know that might seem confusing to you guys, but if you sit here and you play the exact same game for all day long and make content for years, then you'd understand. So anyway, that is the plan going forward. As far as like adding old school RuneScape Patreon stuff, that is in the works. That is being planned. I don't have information to give you right now, but most likely what's going to happen is that if somebody has an existing Patreon membership with us, then you're also going to get access to the other content with that. So my goal is not to, you know, just make, oh my gosh, I just need to make more and more money off Patreon. That is not my goal. My goal is to have the Patreon allow me to be able to make content for you guys without me having to go do other work, which is what I've had to do for the last year or so. That's why I haven't seen as much content. But the Patreon will allow me to spend that time doing that while also not going homeless. So, it's not, the goal will not be to let's like make an old school thing and an RS3 thing and make you pay for both if you play both games. No, we're not doing that. you're gonna have like access to both of it on one thing. So also, if you're an old school only player, then you can just grab that same thing. You have access to the RS3 stuff if you ever want to use it. If you don't, then whatever. Anyway, that's really all I can tell you right now. I have not figured everything out as far as plans go forward. Alright, so when it comes to FM stuff. But right now, our goal is to put out as much RS3 content as we can as I make these changes and figure out how everything is going to work. So right now, it's only good news. It's probably always only going to be good news, but we are focused on RS3 stuff right now. Okay, so Armadyl stuff. Let me put this into the Discord server. Also, too, if you are not really interested in like paying for the Patreon stuff, but you want access to our flipping stuff, you can also get access to it for free right now. All you have to do is go to our Patreon thing, go on the Flip Mastery and hit free trial. You can join in right now. You can see everything we're posting right now. I mean, obviously you can see it on the stream, but if you want it written out for you and everything else you see for the entire rest of that 7-day trial period, you can just join for the trial period. So that is free. Okay, Armadyl helmet. We've got 2.559. So we're going to do 2.56. Probably the buy-in, that's probably going to be about 2 million. You can definitely try. I would recommend trying to stretch some of these prices too, guys. Just because you see me, you know, saying a price here, definitely try stretching the price. I always encourage that. Armadyl chest, probably about 4.2 mil to 4.74. Okay. We've got Armadyl skirt, Armadyl chain skirt. Armadyl chain skirt is 4.56, 4.57. We're going to be buying that for probably about 4 million. So 4 million to 4.57 million is going to be the Armadyl skirt. All right, Armadyl gloves. Armadyl gloves looks like they've nosedived off a cliff. So we're going to be buying those for probably about 1.5 million. And then we're going to be selling them off for about 2.15. If you guys are like, how is he just pulling these numbers out of his butt? Like, no. So on our spreadsheet, which you do get access to a free spreadsheet no matter who you are in the Discord server. If you just look at the RS3 flip chat, you can see a spreadsheet. But we have spreadsheets in every single one of these pricing things that we have for the Patreon. They all show you the average margins for things or whatever. We start at those average margins, and then we just kind of adjust from there. So I'm just literally, I just have the average margins like memorized on most things. So that is where the numbers are coming from. I'm not making them up. I mean, I kind of am, but not really. Okay. The sell price for boots is going to be 2.95. Buy price for boots, we're going to probably do like 2.4. Yeah, like 2.4. All right, 2.4. Oh, and Armadyl buckler wants to sell off, so that's nice. Armadyl buckler. We're gonna do 1.5 million to 2. I'm honestly gonna say 2.2 million on this, because this is quite a bit below mid, and a lot of the other pieces are at mid. So, and this didn't take that long to sell back. So I'd say 2.2. You can definitely try stretching it even further than that. All right, that is the Armadyl big block of items. So I just now posted that, but obviously I just told you all right here. My condolences, and the Patreon is completely understandable. Everyone has to make money somewhere. Yeah, I mean, that unfortunately is the reality of things. If I was like a billionaire or something, then I would just do everything for this for free for you guys forever, and I wouldn't care at all. But unfortunately, I do live in a rather expensive city, and yeah. My wife is also currently working as a law clerk. She's trying to become a lawyer. She already has law school done, so that part's nice. But she is trying to get law books and everything to take the bar and stuff like that, so I need to help her out with that as well, and she cannot make as much money. She can really only support our bills barely. So I'm taking care of her and I and a house and 2 cars. So it's just reality at the moment. But anyway, let's keep going. So, and this is by no means a sob story. I am by no means trying to be like, oh my gosh, help me out. Or like, no, it's nothing like that. I'm just explaining, you know, just explaining how things work. Like that's the reason why we have the open free stuff for you guys to use. And then we also have the stuff for supporters. That's why we have it like that. Okay, so let's go and continue on. I'm getting really close to instantly selling the rest of this. I'm going to go ahead and instantly sell this ward. Let's get some more slots. We have some slots up here, but we're going to use this for more like bulk supplies and the open stuff that you guys can all see there. Yeah, I know that I'm crazy and selling this for way too low. Okay, the margin's not even accurate on this item anyway, so it's like 702 to 615. Like that's not really a usable. That's not usable. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing an estimated stretch on that, which is normal. It's very, very normal for this to happen like this. So Ward of Subjugation, we're going to do like 300k to 702k. Now, if you're wondering why, that is because instantly buying, instantly selling this stuff doesn't tend to work very well in the first place. That's the reason why I'm also not just instantly selling all this stuff. It would just give us inaccurate numbers. I'm just going to be instantly selling it for the sake of getting more spaces. But in reality, though, stuff like Ward and stuff like that, you can almost always buy it for way more, way less than what you just sold it for. So, okay. We've got Nox Bow, Nox Scythe, which is only appropriate if we get a Nox Staff going. 250. That's probably because the Masterwork Staff is, oh, not 250k. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Everybody have Nox Staff. The other alternatives to Nox Staff are just too strong. I mean, honestly, the only reason why Nox stuff is even worth anything nowadays, I mean, Scythe still has good uses, but the only reason why this stuff is worth anything is just because it's hard to get. It's hard to get, and you also get Nox comps from it. If it wasn't for that, like, this stuff would be worth, like nothing. It'd be like a mil. No, okay, maybe 2 mil. But we just have such better alternatives, no one actually uses this crap anymore. The Scythe, people do use it. There's reasons to use Scythe, but... what's your opinion on a very rare niche items like Mimic Cape? I wonder if that would be a good item to get a big margin. No idea what instant buy or sell is, though it's a big item. I kind of want to go 1G slot for a slow selling big ticket margin item. That's super smart. It is very smart. Personally, I would prefer to do that if I'm using at least one more account. The reason why is because you definitely really want your consistent money. Like, you know, if you're making 10, 20, I'm just throwing numbers out. But, you know, if you're making, actually, I'm not even gonna use numbers. We'll just use, yeah, we'll skip numbers. If you're making really good money in each one of these slots all day long, or overnight, or however you're flipping, you're gonna see a lot of increases. If you have a big niche item over here, that item might take you a day, 2 days, sometimes 3 days, depending on how niche you're going. Mimic Cape is pretty niche. So that could take you a bit to like really nail in the price and get some money going. And even when you have the price nailed in, it might take you like a whole day to flip it. Like that's just normal for stuff like that. So personally, I would recommend doing that if you have... I mean, I'd recommend doing it if you think it's going to be fun. Like, if you think it's going to be fun, do it. But having a second account and then doing it on the second account is a little bit better on that. The second account's like one slot over here. That way you've got all your consistent money and you're not slowing down. Because, and I'll keep this short so we can get more items going here, but let's say you're gonna make like 100 million profit on the Mimic Cape. If during that same time period I could have made 150 mil in one of my slots over here, then it wasn't worth doing. So that's another reason why I would recommend kind of putting it into like an extra slot on an alt. All right, so let's see. Let's go ahead and do some more, a little bit more, actually, yeah, let's get some more big ticket things going over here. Now, let's get a little bit more big ticket things going that I need to resell. And we need to price out like Havoc and stuff today too. Okay, I'm just taking a look through our prices. All right, let's do, let's see. Where should I do this? I'm gonna go ahead and instantly sell the rest of these subjugation stuff to get rid of it. because we already have like basically our prices locked in for these. I'll show you guys what the instant sells are if you're curious, but kind of like I mentioned, not too reliable to use the instant sells here. So just keep that in mind. 2.8, 2.6, 2.9. So yeah, like the 2.5 is definitely going to be a great starting point for these. I do like 2.5 and just move your way up. Okay. Let's gonna do crypt. Because I do think we do need some crypt prices. Yeah, we could definitely use some crypt prices. Okay. Definitely just want to test it out more because I like G flipping in general as well. I've been playing for 3 months, so I don't want to necessarily create a second account yet. That makes total sense. And also too, like, you can always make a second account when you have enough money to literally just sit it here and use it as a GE thing. If you're training on your main and you want to make a lot of progress, but you don't want to be like wasting all that time staring at the Grand Exchange, it's a really great time to just take a bond and make a new alt. The bond, bonds have gone down so much now that it's really not that expensive to make an alt. But I totally understand that though. 106,880. Okay. And Crypt Bloom's really good to do too because it has a 100 buy limit. Just be careful how much Crypt Bloom you buy at one time. Honestly, this kind of is true with any of these types of items. Is just be careful how many of them you buy at once. 109,289. It's so crazy to see Crypt Bloom this cheap now. I guess Masterwork Mage really took it out of Crypt Bloom. But there's never been a time to be able to run a cheaper tank build. 63,490. And remember guys, I'm putting everything back in for the instant sell price. So, or sorry, the instant buy price. 183,250. So this is where you should be selling these at. With obviously keeping in mind that you should probably try to stretch these numbers. Like, I always encourage trying to stretch numbers because you never know. You might end up being able to make like 5 mil extra on something, which is pretty cool. So unless you're in a rush, try stretching. Alright, awesome. We've got some Crypt Bloom prices going. Let those sit there and cook for a minute here. 2.5 stayed there for a whole day, then I put 2.7 bought in the last hour. That's for subjugation. I got you. Well, we did just see some subjugation go for below 2.7, so on some of them, yeah, you definitely might need to pay for 2.7. So 2.7 might be a good starting point then. On some of them, and then maybe other ones try doing the 2.5. Which subjugation was that you did with? I'll update these over here to like maybe we'll just update them to 2.6 actually, because we did get a 2.6 on one of them. So yeah, we'll do 2.6 to keep it accurate. Okay, 2.6. All right, Crypt is gonna stay over here going. Oh, nice. I'm glad to see this Armadillo going away. Will give us some more slots. Let's go up here. Let's do some other things. Let's do some brews. I like the idea, I do like the idea of doing flasks because they just tend to have a fatter margin, so that's helpful. That does not look like a very good margin today, though. We'll see. We also need some aggression flasks. We'll do some bombs too. But let's do a few different flask items that are decent. Charming flasks, those are not too bad. Charming flasks are a weird one, which I like for like flipping because sometimes these just are so much less. Like right now, they are so much less. So they have a really good margin. They can be slow though, so keep that in mind. But the margin on them is a lot of time it's really good, as you just saw. You can do Juju stuff, but Juju stuff is like so slow in flasks that you just, yeah, it's I don't know. It's not always really great because it's so slow. You can do prayer renewal. What's your favorite GE visually speaking? For like old school and RS3? I don't know. It's they both have their. What is going on with prayer renewal flasks? Okay, so I would just try buying these for like try buying them for mid and then try selling them for like 100k or something like that. There's no point in chasing this higher. That's kind of dumb. But okay, prayer renewal flask might be kind of good today. That's a really hard. That's a really hard question because I do like. I probably honestly like seeing the old school one more. I know it might not be the answer you're looking for. I don't know. Let's do super prayer flask too. Let's see what those are at today. Ooh. Ooh, this could be a good margin. Could be good. That's not bad. That's not bad. We can fit one more flask on here. Let's just pick something. And also, hey, how's it going, guys? I noticed that we kind of like doubled our viewership here. So, welcome to the stream. We're doing a ton of items today, like a ton. I'm gonna be on for quite a bit more. Well, I'm probably gonna be on for like another at least hour and a half. But we're gonna be doing a ton of items today. Anything you see in here, that is the instant buy price. So that's why I'm putting them back in for sales. So you guys can feel free to use this as a selling point for whatever things you want to flip. Also check out our Discord where I'm posting tons of things today and really filling these up. Hey, there we go. Cryptbloom top is going away. Woo! You can join our Discord. You can see the stuff being posted in the RuneScape 3 flipping chats. That's where I'm posting a lot of stuff. And then everything else is going to be put into the Patreon sections, which, like, if it belongs in the Patreon section. But you'll be able to see it here still. So it's all being posted for, or shown for everybody here to use. And feel free to ask any kind of questions you guys want. Is flipping even still good considering the player base keeps gradually decreasing? So I assume there are less buyers for stuff. So here's the thing when it comes to the player base thing, which I'll keep it short because I honestly could talk about that for a minute. Basically, and here, let me find, actually here, before I answer that, and I'll get to all your questions, please feel free to ask questions. I'm going to actually go ahead and find one more thing to flip here. Let's just do potion flasks themselves, actually. And why not? That way I can show you, I can put this screen over here to the flasks we just did. That way you guys can use them. Although probably don't use potion flasks because that's a terrible margin. Ew. Alright, Ceradon and Brew Flask, not too great, but you can try stretching this. Aggression is also not that great. Once again, try stretching it. But the Super Prayer and the Charming were actually pretty good, so you might want to use those. Especially the Charming one. The Charming one, I would be very patient and actually, honestly, even stretch the buy price because it's common, man. It is common to be able to get these Charming Flasks for super low and sell them for way more. Okay, let me get to you guys' questions, and please ask whatever questions you have. Fix Music, how do I gain access to the Patreon Discord section after claiming the free trial? Once you have the free trial, make sure you go to your Patreon account, and then you'll find connections, and you'll see Discord. Make sure you have it connected there, and then it should be good to go. Is flipping even still good considering the player base keeps gradually decreasing and assume there is less buyers for stuff? So I can come back around to answering a more in-depth version of that if you want me to, but basically the RS3 stuff is decreasing a bit right now, and that's mainly because Jagex just really not making that many great decisions. Like, honestly, they're not. If they think they are, then they're mistaken. They are taking from players and not giving much of anything back. They've removed tons of stuff from the game and given us Havenheith, which is lackluster, boring, and just feels dead. There's like nothing there. And also with like the 12-month membership thing, they stripped everything away from it and increased the price. And then they increased normal membership on top of that. And then they're punishing older players' grandfather rates. So There's lots of reasons why people would be kind of taking a little bit of a break or canceling membership or whatever. So that's why we're seeing decreases, because they're making terrible decisions masked as good decisions. And I'm not like, keep in mind, I love RuneScape. I'm not a RuneScape hater. I love RuneScape, but you know, when people do dumb things, you kind of the games you love the most, you should be criticizing the most because you want them to make good changes. And then anyway, that's why we're seeing. But those players are not gone. Most of the players moving from that are not gone. They're just overplaying old school RuneScape because they still love RuneScape. Those players typically still log back into S3 here and there. I talk to a lot of players. And I also talk in the old school RuneScape flipping, or sorry, not flipping, the old school RuneScape official server. I talk in there all the time. You guys can feel free to join in, and if you want to say hi or talk to me about something, you know, feel free. And I talk to those guys a lot, and a lot of them play both games. They just log into the one they aren't caring about the most, you know, less frequently, but they are still logging into it every once in a while. They're just waiting for good changes. So when it comes to your question, flipping is definitely still really good, and we are still getting really good margins on things. And as far as the player-based thing, I wouldn't worry about it too much, because it just makes it so that some things are going up and some things are going down. It makes them more volatile and we're seeing bigger margins. But as far as like, should I really not get into flipping because the player base is decreasing, I definitely expect to see the player base recover when Jagex makes better decisions. And that was a little bit long-winded, but honestly, that's the short version of what I would like to say. Those niche items are so hard to price check, like the Mimic Cape price checkers are all over the place. Isn't instant buy or instant selling them pretty risky too? Yeah, definitely do not instant buy, instant sell something like a Mimic Cape. I would really, really recommend not doing that. What you want to do is like try to find some reports of something like that, and then start a bit below that, and then just kind of aggressively work your way up. And that's unfortunately kind of how you have to do it for stuff like that. And it does tend to take a minute to actually find the price. That's just kind of the cost of doing stuff like that. And also why they are very niche and not very commonly done is because they're difficult to nail in. But once you kind of get the price, you know, figured out, then you can make some good money once you figure it out. And a lot of people will kind of gatekeep that information. Which, by the way, I do post that type of stuff in our Discord server. Wink, wink. That's mainly what's holding me back for trying out those types of items. Yeah, no, understandable. They are difficult. That is why they're niche. They're going to stay difficult too, because even though you might think oh man, I found the price, I'm going to make some good money, and then all of a sudden you lose money. It just happens sometimes too. And other times you make like killer amounts, so it's a gamble. Like area that's out in the out of the Prif, Menaphos, and original GE, spending a lot of time there after all, so you want to stay. Oh, I see. I think the Max Guild is probably still my favorite place to be. I would say that I would enjoy staying at the Varrock one more if there was more players there, but there's just not that many players there nowadays. Yeah, actually, come to think of it, the Varrock one is probably still my favorite one because there just tends to be more players, and the players in the Max Guild just don't say anything. So, yeah, actually, come to think of it, it's probably here. I do also like the one at Menaphos, but that's just because I like the colors of Menaphos. I don't know if you guys noticed, but whenever you go to Menaphos, your colors are more vibrant and stuff. There's like more saturation, so I like the way it looks, but there's like nobody there, so. You did the connection? Okay, if you did the connection, you don't see anything under Patreon sections. You should be seeing it really soon. Can you do me a favor? Fix. Oh, yeah. Fix. You do have the role. You have the Flip Mastery role. So I'm going to give me 1 second. I'm going to actually tag you. Okay, I tagged you in the section for you. So look in that section, that is the FM chat. And then the one right below it is FM prices, that's what I'm currently filling up as well too. What do you think of flipping with decanting? It's fine. It's definitely not a bad thing to do. If you have the extra time to do it, then yeah, no, it's great. You make extra money. I think it's really good. And it might take a minute to kind of get to like calculate it out, but no, it's great. I do it in old school all the time. I prefer doing it in old school, honestly, because I tend to make a little bit more money, like a little bit more meaningful money doing the decanting in old school. Can you make blood dyes go to 11 billion sitting on 7 of them? No. No, and I mean, they might go up again soon, who knows, but with the fact that party hats keep dropping, I don't see them rising yet. We're currently experiencing some like almost deflation in RS3, and that's because the price of bonds went down so much. You gotta remember that like big dies, party hats, all that type of stuff, it's all linked to the bond price. So whatever happens with bonds, that's what happens with those. So until you see the bonds go up, probably not seeing them being very expensive for a bit. I mean, they are expensive, but you know they're probably not going to skyrocket for a bit. Do you think Red Santas will be worth over 8 billion by 2030? It's kind of hard to say. With how the game is currently going, probably not. Just going by like just normal rates. But if we see a surge of players again based on Jagex making good decisions, then it definitely could be. But you have to remember that rares were overpriced by a lot for a while. And that was because I'm not even going to explain the whole thing, but basically, if you paid attention to pre-COVID, it was like 7 billion for a party hat, and then enter COVID, and then they, you know, you see the prices we see now. They were even higher at a point, but they are not. Those types of items did not experience like normal rates of inflation. They experienced like just crazy hype. So when it comes to trying to figure out if a Red Santa will be 8 billion by 2030, yeah, it definitely could be because they were 8 billion at one point. But it also could not be because normal inflation would not put us there. So hopefully that made sense. I feel like I might have rambled on that one a little bit, but hopefully that made sense. Are you still positive about Black Xmas sites? Seems like a good time to buy. They decreased a little again. So keep in mind when it comes to the Black Christmas site stuff, and like yo-yos and whatever, that's something I'm investing into, and I think that they are just solid because they're really pretty. They look better than the original one. Like, let's be real, they look better than the original one. They match the white, you know, like here, look. How do you beat? Actually, I'm not even carrying an item, am I? All right, one quick detour, and then we'll get right back into pricing some more things. But if you look here, and I get out this, okay, apparently I have that override. Let me look here. This is not how I normally play the game, obviously. I just have it set up like this for our stream so you can see all the different flips. So we put on Archaeology Master, we put on White Party Hat, and then we go over to our Scythe. Oh, did I not? I don't think I keepsaked it. Why would I do that? And also, all my scythes are not on this account, so obviously. This account is very clearly not where I hoard my items. It has 271 billion on this account. That is clearly not where I put my items. Okay, so let's go back into wardrobe and let's remove cosmetic. Okay, there we go. So obviously we can, you know, make it look a little prettier, but I mean, come on. It looks so much better than the red one. So much better than the red one. And they have, you know, if Jagex does not spam release these again, then yeah, I definitely think they're going to keep going up. And they're very, very cheap right now, so I personally do still think that they're going to rise some more. Like, we have a GE mid right now of 22 million. It's like lower than the... It's lower than what the Halloween masks were and stuff, and those things were like 1 billion. They were all over the place, and nobody even cared about them. And this looks like 10 times better, so... Although, maybe, I don't know, maybe hot take, but I really wish they'd removed the bells and the holly from this, because it would look better. Yeah, anyway. Okay, let's get back into the flips. I'm just going to leave this on, actually. It just looks so good. I kind of like white more than blue nowadays. Okay, so... can I post my nonsense self or Dragonrare Lance? Yeah, for sure. You can post your prices anytime you want to in the the prices section. So if you have a better price for that. Oh, also, Dragonrare Lance is actually a BFC item. Although I'm probably actually going to move it to FM. Come to think of it, now that the price has gone down, so. Actually, yeah, go ahead and post it. I think I'm actually gonna move Dragonrare Lance. So yeah, go ahead and post it. It's fine. We're gonna be moving around items and stuff, and that's probably actually gonna move to FM like really soon here, so it's all good. Does the GE text make a positive difference? It does. It does make a positive difference. It doesn't really affect flipping too much, honestly, because of the fact that like price is just adjusted. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and post this into our supply prices, and let's get back into some more flips here too, because I know I've been talking a little bit, but I want to make sure I answer all your guys' questions, obviously. And I'm definitely going to answer some more questions. Please feel free to post your questions. And I will get back to them no matter where they are in the chat. If I do somehow miss one, then just repost it, but I will get back there. All right. I just posted these into the RS3 supply prices. Everyone can see that one. Cool. Also, be sure to follow or subscribe, whichever one you're on. If you're on YouTube or you're on Twitch, make sure you follow or subscribe. That way you can see when we go live for our flipping streams and stuff, because we are going to be doing more of these. So if you guys want to make some money together, ask questions, whatever, then jump in, boys. All right. Let's do some other items. So Crypt Bloom Top is the only one that's resold over here. That's kind of crazy. We'll leave these for a little bit longer, then we're going to move them. All right, we're going to do Psyware. $16.44. Psyware 1. We're gonna do Psyware Orb. Or wait, my bad. That was the orb. Hey, there goes the other crossbow, so we can mark that stuff down too. 14,613. All right, let's do Glaive. We'll do Shadow Glaive. I used to hate this boss, by the way. Wow! I just bought this for 4 mil. 39.87. That is crazy. 987K. Yeah, we're going to be doing a major moving of items coming up here really soon. So, and I think a lot of people are going to be really liking the stuff that's going to be happening. Probably going to sit down tomorrow at like a coffee shop. Actually, that might be Thursday, actually. Yeah, because my wife doesn't work on Thursday, so I might go sit down at a coffee shop on Thursday and like really map it out. Really map it out, moving the stuff around. But we're definitely going to be moving around a lot of things. Like a lot. It's like Red Santas are now 3.7, which seems somewhat low compared to last year around 5. Yeah, no, it is. It's definitely low. When they dropped to 4, I bought a couple more. Because I was like, wow, 4? And then they just keep going down. And they dropped to 4 at that point because someone just dumped a bunch of them. And then, yeah, now they just keep going down, so. It is what it is. Okay, Nymora. How's that not buying? Okay. 10 million for Nymora, really? Okay. I see you. Avarice. I probably just lost like 5 mil on that, honestly. It's probably not even gonna resell. Okay, never mind. Maybe they are gonna resell. Wow. It's a good price increase for the blades. It's not bad at all. Let's go ahead and I'm going to post these Armadillo in the Flip Mastery really quick. Nice, nice, nice. So you got a 14 mil sell on the DRL. That's nice. All right, and then we've got Armadillo crossbow. So we're going to do probably 2.3 million to 2.826K. And then offhand, we've got Arma. Yeah, Glaives went down like crazy. That is wild. That is crazy, crazy. And then Armadillo Offhand Expo, we've got 2543, so probably, it's unfortunately probably just going to be mid, so 2232k to 2543k, that's really not good at all. I'm going to put stretch both. So that way, people definitely know that they should probably stretch that. I would definitely recommend stretching that, because it's not that great. All right. The new construction update seems somewhat empty. I don't know how they're claiming it'll bring home parties back. They keep missing on updates. I know. I can't comment too much because I still actually need to watch that video. Maybe you can, you know, give me some highlights, but I need to watch that video still. But let's just say I'm not surprised. They've been missing on updates a lot lately, which is just mind-blowing to me. Like, honestly, just mind-blowing. Other games are putting out fantastic updates, and RuneScape just seems to keep missing right now. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on, Jagex. What's going on? Whoever's planning this stuff needs to plan a little harder. And I love you, Jagex. I love you. You know, don't take this as hate. Take it as constructive criticism. Okay, so we've got a good amount of stuff that we did for FM, but could probably do some more. Let's do some Virtus. Wow, 10.613. That's kind of crazy. That's pretty cheap for Virtus boots. We'll do Virtus Book also. I like Virtus Book because it has a 5 buy limit for some reason. 13,711, not bad. Honestly, surprised it's still around and question if it will exist 10 years from now. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that RuneScape as a whole, like RS3 old school RuneScape, I think they're gonna be around for definitely gonna be around for 10 years. That's because no matter which game is making money, the games are making money. And this is the only game out here that offers this type of content. What I mean by that is like just the skilling, the crafting, the economy. This is the only game that offers this level of skilling, crafting, and economy. There is no other game that offers this level of it. I play a lot of games, and I've played a lot of games in the past. There's nothing that offers this level of economy and skilling and crafting. So you're always going to get, and also like, you know, this game is also kind of an idle game, kind of, you know, like, you know, it's not literally an idle game, but it has idle aspects to it. Like I can click a tree and then go and clean my room or, you know, do some work or whatever. And then look at my screen every once in a while and I'm still killing the tree or killing the tree. I'm still chopping the tree or I'm still killing the monster or still fishing or whatever. So like, it's still very unique in the genre, which is crazy to me. Absolutely crazy to me that there is no game studio out there that was like, let's make New World or World of Warcraft, but RuneScape style. Like, how has no one done that yet? It makes no sense. It makes literally no sense to me. They always hardcore miss on their skilling, their economy, their crafting. And if one of them gets one of them correct, which none of them have gotten the economy the same way. Like, no game has been this level of economy. Although there is like a couple games that there is a couple games that are similar. Like New World actually had a pretty decent economy. I played a lot of New World, like a lot. I actually broke a world record for New World, actually more than one, and was first in the US for some stuff for New World. So like I played a lot. That game definitely was pretty good on their skilling and their Their crafting was decent, and their economy was also pretty good. But yeah, it's just not, just doesn't hit this. W Tree Slayer, heck yeah, dude. My new task is oak trees. Blah blah. Well, yes, follow the money, you're right. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying is like, yeah. Doge hot take, although honestly, I don't think it's a hot take at this point. I think it's just an obvious take, is that I don't think Ashes of Creation actually had an opportunity. I think they just straight up lied to people that it was going to be the way it was, because they did not deliver. So I think they had ambitions to do something and then just had no way of doing it and no plans to implement it. They were just like, we're going to do this, but we're really not. No, that's kind of what Ashes was. Very disappointing. Also, Ashes couldn't even pay their insurance bill. They got sued by their insurance company before they even got to the launch. 32,998 on these. Virtus is cheap. Time to get some essence. All right, Virtus. Virtuous. Oops, we're gonna Virtus Wand. I tried some old school RuneScape flipping, but margins seem so tight over there. Is it just due to all the websites where you can buy instant sell prices? It is, but also keep in mind that the money's worth more over there. So if you make, like, let's say 50K, pull out my handy dandy calculator here. Let's say you make 50K over there, and let's say that money is worth, like, I think when I recently looked, it was like, I don't know, like 12, 13. So if we do like 13 times the 50,000 that you get, like let's say you flip D-Claws and you make 50K. So take that times 13, you actually made 650K. And then on D-Claws and stuff like that, you can flip 8 of those in 4 hours, and they also flip much faster than RS3 items. That's 5.2 million RS3. So even though the margins are tighter, it's just because the money is, like, money has more value there. So making smaller amounts of money is actually getting further. If you were like to transfer this over, then basically you'd have 5.2 million from just doing 8 Dragon Claws. So the money actually is very comparable and a lot faster. But yeah, because of the websites and, you know, different things, like basically RuneLite plugins, because of RuneLite plugins mainly, the competition is a lot heavier. There was a long time there. I made like around 100 billion old school RuneScape, like over the last like since old school launched. I made like roughly, like, I think the number's more closer to like 80 billion, but anyway, it's like 80 to 100 billion is what I made on old school since that game launched. And I by far was not like playing every single day, grinding every single day on flips. I mean, I put some time in, but like there was, like, when the GE first came out and I was flipping on there, I was making like 500K 1 mil margins on everything. So like crazy money. But yeah, now it's gotten definitely a lot slower because of the plugins. 91.99. Yeah, I used to flip like 8 bludgeons in I used to flip like 8 bludgeons. I'd make 500 to 800K each. I'd be done flipping them in like 10 minutes. It was crazy. It was so good. All right, we need a Virtus top. 56, 365. These are way down. Virtus gloves. 11,448. And also something to note too is that, like, you know, if anyone's like worried about, oh no, like the player base and everything else, like those are legit things. But the thing is, like, the player base hardcore dipped when they removed the Wildy from this game and then rose back up and, you know, hit record numbers of profit and players and everything over like years to follow. We could easily be in one of those situations right now where Jagex just once again making terrible decisions. And so we're just kind of waiting for them to make the really good ones that bring players back in again, kind of like fix their issue. And so, you know, make some money, take advantage of this time right now, like build up your account, do everything like that, so that when that time comes back around, you're just kind of ready for it. A lot of those players that come back in because they're like, oh, you know what, I'm going to take a break. And then they come back later and they're like, wow, you know, I'm really getting into it. I really shouldn't have taken a break. You know, like they almost always say they wish they shouldn't have taken a break because they could be so much further. So RuneScape is just not. The RuneScape's not going to kill itself off. Like it's just not going to kill itself off at this point. Like there are people that will play RuneScape till they die. I'm probably one of them. I may like play less at some points, but I mean I'm gonna be here. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get rid of this Armadyl chain skirt here because I've already posted the prices for the chain skirt anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this chain skirt so it is gone. We had like 4 mil. Oh, okay. This is actually better margin than what I posted. So we're gonna do 3.9 on the chain skirt. And that instant buy was 4.57 million, so not terrible on chain skirt for a small item. And I want to get rid of that way we just have all Virtus right here, so we'll just let this stuff sell off. I'm gonna need to probably adjust these a little bit here in a second. I'm gonna record all these prices down here and then start adjusting these. Our Shadow Glaives, we can definitely do these now. So main hand glaive. Honestly, with how much they're going down, like, let's try like 3.3 million, and then we'll do to 3.91 million. And then we've got offhand glaive. We're gonna do 3.3 million again to 4.01 million. All right, got glaives posted. Nice, nice. All right, we just need this wand to go away. We've already got the sell on the orb. We'll go ahead and start up some more God Wars 2. I don't know if these blades are gonna sell, honestly. Like, this is kind of crazy here. Let's go ahead and get going on some more of the this stuff though. Let's see, what are we missing? Let's do Sirenic. Let's do normal Sirenic. 13, 17. And also doing a lot of these, I'm going to figure out if I'm even going to be adding some of these things to our pricing anymore, because like it says items like 1 mil now, you know. Well, we'll price them now and kind of see where stuff is at, see if there's any potential here, but might be removing some of these things. 33, 40. Because that's something that I adjust to like as I go along. You know, like I'm always looking at prices, seeing where things are at, looking at margins, and then just removing stuff when it needs to be removed because it's just not good anymore. Like it doesn't, you know, if like let's say that these like the Sirenic Mask, if you only made 100k on this, like why would I do that over like Dragon Bones? You know. All right, we got Sirenics. It seems a little depressing on Sirenics, but yeah, these numbers are just really, really low on these now. We may not be doing Sirenics anymore. We also might be just honestly getting close to the point of removing some of the God Wars 1 stuff and might just be rotating into God Wars 2. I think the God Wars 1 stuff is still great, but I think... So, part of what my plan is... I'll just let you guys know too. So part of what my plan is moving some of these really low items. They're just going to be put into the free open section, so that any, you know, just whoever can use these, because these are not really items that are really worth like a membership thing for, right? Like, let's be honest, like it's not really worth a membership to see items that flip for 100k. So probably going to be moving a lot of these things into the free open section. Wow, Sirenic is gone fast. So we can probably stretch those numbers a bit. I would probably say you can definitely stretch these numbers by quite a lot. Because I would not be surprised if we could sell this for a lot more than I just sold this for. What's the looks for it for Harburg? I'm pretty sure they're working on the Ultra Elite Sirenic. Yeah, you know, you need the Ultra Elite Augmented, personalized, spiked Sirenic God Armor. Okay, yeah, these other ones look pretty good, but honestly, the Serenic Mask, I think you can sell this for way more than I just sold this for. Like, yeah, I really think so. Alright, we're gonna do Serenic Mask. We're gonna do, probably, yeah, I guess 1255k to, I'm gonna say, like, at least 1.5 mil. And then stretch buy. Because on it, this is probably one of those things where you can buy it under and sell it above, but I'm gonna start right there. Alright, and then we've got Serenic. That's the blueprint, yeah. It's gonna take 40 hours to craft. Let's see, to 3.3, I honestly, you can sell these for more. I'd say like honestly, probably 3.6. Like, I would say realistically, like, probably 3 mil to 3.6 mil. You should try to buy the original pumpkin. No, we don't do rares on here. No point in doing rares. Not on stream anyway. We'll do some other, like, we got some a little bit higher price things over here. We'll do some more things too, but we won't be doing rares on streams. Sirenic chaps. Probably 2 mil to 2.5 mil stretch. Sell. Srenic is a little bit weird, but you know what? Honestly, I think it might have proven itself. That's still halfway decent, actually. But these items that are like 1 mil, 2 mil, like these type of things, I'm probably going to move all these things into the open flipping sections, and then people can just, you know, I'll probably price check these every once in a while. Have like a staff member that'll be doing the prices for those. And then we're gonna like just kind of rotate things around and move some of the, yeah. We're just going to overall improve some of the things that are going to be in the flipping sections. The flipping sections definitely make really good money. I just want to improve on that money making, right? Like, I want to give you guys more money. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and go into our next items. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and mark down the information for Crypt. Yeah, I know, the Virtus Top is 56, and it's probably going to take a minute to resell, which is crazy, dude. It's crazy. It's 14 million below. That's absolutely wild. I haven't watched the video on the house update yet, so I need to watch the house update video. But I'm probably going to make a video about the house update video. So you know, if you do want to see what I care about it, you'll be able to see. Like, if that's something that interests you. All right, so 100 million to 106.9 million. And then I'm gonna update this. So, like, that, if you're flipping these, definitely try to get closer to this number, but just for the sake of moving on for the flips here, we're going to drop it by a bit. That is not how much I would recommend you drop these by the way. Definitely drop these by a lot less, but I want to get these out of here so that we can flip more things. Okay, Cryptloom top, especially because the top was gone pretty quick, so these probably, if they need adjusting, they probably don't need adjusting by that much. Alright, probably 102 million to 109.3 million. Stretch sell possible. Okay, now we got Cryptloom bottoms. Crypt bottoms is going to be 175 million to 183.25 million. And we're going to update this a little bit to 182,890. And like I said, that's more than I would update these by normally, but we need to get them going so that way we are moving along. I really want to instantly sell those. These I will probably just instant sell though. These are super cheap. Crypt gloves. 11.7 million to 12.8 million. And they sold right away. All right. And then we've got our Crypt Boots. Crypt Boots. Probably going to be doing like 60 mil to 63.5 mil. They don't usually have that amazing of a margin, but stretch buy possible, because you could stretch the buy on that. $62. We're just gonna drop this down to get a quicker sell on it. Okay. Okay, cool. Need to go grab a drink. Are the skilling offhands still decent? As far as flips, yeah. Yeah, they're pretty good still. Because a lot of people buy and sell those. Like a lot of people. So they're definitely not bad. We're going to get to some of them too. Actually, you know what? We'll go ahead and do a brush right now. $96,960. But yeah, they're definitely still going to be good. Oh, it doesn't buy for mid. Well, I'm going to come back to Saunas because I don't want to take up that spot. Saunas usually takes a little bit longer. All right, Virtus Wand is now gone. Nice. Orb is gone, and the wand is still not gone. So, also, I really don't know if these are going to go away. We'll see. I'm going to drop these down by a bit. I really honestly think I just was the only person to buy these, and somebody had them in there for really high. I think we got trapped. All right, let's do some other things that are going to be probably good. Chrome. Let's see. +5. Oh, +5 doesn't show up. Elder. Oh, there's a space. +5. There we go. Why is there a space? Alright, because I want to look at the primal stuff. Primal armored boots. These are going to be posted into the RS3 gear prices. The open ones. So you guys can go and check that out there. We're just going to go instant buy, instant sell on this to get these prices quicker. +5. Primal full helm. You can sometimes find some pretty sick margins on these. And I would highly recommend stretching these. Oh yeah, that one's better. +5. Gotta remember you can buy 100 of these, so kind of whatever you see on here is like, you know, if the margin's like, oh, it's 250k, well, it's 250k times 100. So it's really not bad. Alright, +5. Primal plate body. And we've got primal plate legs. Alright, so keep in mind you've got 100 buy limit. So primal armor boots, not terrible. You've got a I mean, this is not really the greatest. So what I would do on these, I honestly would just I would work on stretching these, because this was under the mid, so you could get these a little bit closer to the mid. So maybe buy them at like the 820 and then sell them at like 880 or something. See if you can get them to move. The Primal Full Helm is looking really good though. You got like a 200k margin right here, so that's like that is a 20 million profit if you flip all of them. Pretty good. Not bad on these, like 75k, so it's pretty good too. 7.5 mil on these, basically, if you flip a whole stack. Primal plate body, I would definitely stretch on these. Let's see, this was at mid, so just go lower on the buy. And then primal plate legs are looking pretty good. Yeah, you got 270k margin on those, which is definitely really good. It's 27 million you can make on the primal plate legs. Why not do a big drop party to give to others? Why don't you? When are you hosting it? Let us know when your drop party is going to be. All right, so we're going to go ahead and post these in there. These are going to go into RS3 gear prices. All right. Truba's single drop party won't ruin his bank nor make everyone lazy. Just a little thank you everyone for the support. Which Patreon section are you part of, Alejandro? Okay, so all right, I just posted those into the RS3 gear prices. So we've got all the primal stuff in there. I really want these to go away. Are there Yu-Gi-Oh cards behind you? Yes, there is Yu-Gi-Oh, there's Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, Pokemon. There's like everything. Like everything is behind me. Honestly, you could probably name a game and it's probably behind me. Me, when I have at least a quarter of your bank? Hello. But yeah, there's lots and lots of cards. Maybe one of these days we'll do like a card stream. There's a kind of ridiculous amount of Yu-Gi-Oh and other things here. I also own some of the rarest Yu-Gi-Oh cards on the planet, which is kind of cool. Because I do like Yu-Gi-Oh a lot, so it's really cool to be able to own them. All right, let's go into IRL flipping cards. I do that, yeah. I've been doing cards for 24 years, like somewhere between 24 and 27 years I've been doing cards. So way before the Pokemon hype brought all the Pokebros in or whatever, I've been flipping cards for a long time. I don't do scalping or anything like that. I literally just do investing, and I do card shows. I go to tournaments and everything. I should have been at Yu-Gi-Oh! Nationals this weekend and I didn't go because had TennoCon instead, and then also, I don't know, just other reasons why I didn't end up going, but I don't normally do that. Card stream for sure, yeah, I would like to do that. I would really like to do that. Sometime very soon. That'd be really cool. Okay, let's do +5. Hey, there goes our Virtus Robe Top that we could not believe was not going for that price. Let's see where the Apex hide stuff is. I'm actually really curious to see where this is at. 35.66. Okay, so right at mid. Wow, that's a really, really good margin on that. On the body. All right, Apex high boots. Okay, really good margin on the Apex high boots too. It's looking better than the other ones actually. It's looking really good. Cowl. Oh, it doesn't even buy. All right, we're gonna skip Cowl. You guys should do Cowl on your own. I won't post Cowl. Like I'm not even gonna do Cowl. You guys can go hunt down Cowl if you want to, because Cowl seems pretty good. Because I couldn't even find that price, which means you can probably buy them at like mid or something. and then just try selling them for way above. These are some really good margins on this. Wow. Like, that is crazy, because these are still 100. Like, these are still 100. So these are really, really good margins. Definitely go make some money on those. Those are perfect for people that have a little bit less starting bank also. See, Alejandro, you don't need draw parties, brother. This is 900k margin right there. I literally just showed you an item that makes 90 million coins. You want 90 million coins? There you go. Boom. That is a really good margin. Wow. That is honestly kind of crazy. All right, +5. Seen some pretty good stuff in the +5s. Star Bloom. Let's do some Star Bloom. Whoa, look at that price. Oh yeah, those are good. Those are good. Spoiler alert, because I'm probably going to price them also, but you can do +4s as well. +4s are really nice because people will use +4s into +5s to their training. Like to do like a less costly training. Okay, what have we done now? We've done the hat, gloves, boots. Hat, glove, boot, leg. Hat, glove, boot, leg. Throwing myself off somehow. Hat, gloves, boots, legs, and body. I don't do the sets usually because, like, you can try doing sets if you want to. I don't usually do sets because sets just tend to, they just tend to not be that, they're just too slow. These items do have some demand because, like, for example, the primal stuff, like, people will smith with this. This stuff is going to go into your masterwork range, then you got your masterwork mage here too, so like people do use these. Also, components from stuff like this as well. And these margins aren't that crazy. Like, the top, that's pretty crazy on the top, honestly, but some of these other ones are not, they're not that crazy. But these are really, really, really good margins. But you're being smart, though, because when you see stuff like this, it is a good idea to be a little bit cautious. What I recommend is just, you know, rather than doing like a whole stack of 100, just do like 10 at a time. There we go. We have some big money in there. I was going to make a short announcement really quick in the Discord server, just to let people know where these are being posted. And I'm also going to put the hashtags, so that way you guys know where to find them too. So we're doing some RS3 gear prices. We're doing RS3 supply prices. But everything will be on screen. All right, there we go. Now people will definitely for sure know where to go. And we got almost our full set of Virtus gone. That's nice. And the Crypt stuff is still not gone. This stuff does sometimes go slow, but this seems even slow for Crypt Bloom. Okay, let's update our Nox staff a bit here. Drop a mill on this one. We're gonna drop this by a bit. down by 500k here. Now if you're trying to flip these, you can definitely go down less dramatic than I'm currently going, but we need to get these going. Because unfortunately, some things go a little bit slow and it's a little bit rough for like trying to have slots to do the flipping into. But wow, though, this is actually shockingly good margins on these. Like, shockingly. Do you guys want me to do the +4s? I will leave it up to you. Do you want to see the +4s? If you do, I will do the +4s. Because they can be good. And it's really nice because if maybe you want to smith them into the +5s, then you can kind of know where they're at. But it's up to you. I will leave it up to you. While I wait for your answers, I'm going to do the +5s of some other things we didn't do too, like Primal 2H. Oh, it's a good margin on that too. Also, you gotta remember that these +5 things, like, people actually wear these. I know sometimes we can kind of forget that, but people actually do use these gears. Oh, wow. There is no margin at all on this pickaxe. There's none to buy. Well, actually, oh, sorry. There's no one that has buy offers in for the pickaxe, so be careful on the primal pickaxe. Maybe not do the primal pickaxe. Are the volume's not very low on some of these. Some of these, like, the volume is lower, but it's not like super low. It's lower. That's why you notice how the difference in price here is not that big of a difference. And so you can kind of tell the volume isn't terrible because there actually is not that big of a discrepancy in most of these pieces. But it's lower volume. But people will sit here and they'll craft these and stuff. So like, they do exist in the game. And the +5s are what people will use for like burial and stuff like that. Like if you like the Elder Rune and everything like that, they use it for burial. I should probably honestly do the Elder Rune stuff too. The Elder Rune stuff is probably going to be one of the higher volume of these things. Let me go ahead and post these. We'll post this one weapon. I'm not going to post the Primal Pickaxe because there's not really very many of those right now. Yeah, exactly what Latham said there. That's very accurate. You basically just want to like set it and leave it for a little while. For a good amount of time at one period, I was doing like overnights on this type of stuff. Now, what I would not really recommend doing is like flipping the set, like the box sets, because the box sets just have the volume on the box sets is terrible. Like those are very, very low volume. All right, Balarex Sash Brush. Brush, we're going to do 92 million to 97 million. Usually has about a 5 million. Need these to go. They're being too slow today. All right, let's do the Elder Rune +5 stuff. Actually, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go and make a quick coffee. So I'm gonna leave this screen right here up so you guys can see this one. But you can obviously look in our Discord server. I have posted it. I also put in the announcements right where it's just so if you need the links to click to the different channels of where the stuff's being posted, it's right there in the announcements. I'm going to make a really quick coffee and then we will continue on. I'm going to remove all these vertices and get stuff going here too. But thank you so much, guys, for joining. I'll be back in like 2 or 3 minutes. Like, it won't be very long at all. So I will see you very soon. All right, I'm back. Hey, good news. Crypt Bloom is gone while I was gone. That is what I want to see. All right, that is awesome. Gonna try the Apex body and legs. Nice, nice. All right, made a tea. Got a water. And we are ready to jump in. Hey, the wand is gone. Okay, all right. This is really good. I'm actually going to be able to post some things. This is good. All right, so wand. Sideware wand. We've got, that was selling at mid, so we're probably going to do like 12.5 mil to 14.612 mil. And then we got Sideware orb. Nice, nice. So Cyber Orb is probably going to be 14.5 to 16.443. Nice, there goes that. Heck yeah. We're going to drop these again because, like I said, I just don't think these were real prices to begin with. I did the math on Apex Leather versus Armor. It's still profitable to craft them even if you need to train crafting. Nice, nice. That's really good to know. Appreciate that math there too. Do you know how much you make on each one? Alright, we're gonna put these back in for a little bit lower because, like I said, I just don't think those are real prices. All right, we already wrote the prices down for those two, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Those are gone. They just need to be updated a bit. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get Virtus. Actually, I'm gonna pull Virtus out and get those posted here in a second. Let's leave them for a minute. Let me do some more archaeology materials. Let's do like a full run of archaeology materials that people can do. Okay, so we need to do... what should we start with? That's a good question. I feel like I just need like the list of archaeology materials. Let's do contestants, just randomly. I'm overthinking this. I just need to pick one. All right, we're just gonna go do this. Okay, all right, it's not bad. We need gold, rune. We're just going to fire off a bunch of these. Probably do like 2 screenshots of these and I'll put them into the RS3 prices. White oak. And then we'll do Blood of Orcus. Blood of Orcus. All right. Not bad. Honestly, not bad. Pretty good margin on Blood of Orcus. Pretty good margin on contestants. These gold rune and white oak are not the worst. So it's not bad at all. Go ahead and post those into the RS3 supply prices. And then we're also going to go ahead and do some more. Let's do, we'll do some vulcanized rubber. Pretty decent margins. Come on. Do steel. Deuterium purple. The colors are often pretty good because they're used pretty frequently. A lot of things. Hey, nice first math. Okay, so we just need the legs and the robe. Actually, I don't think I need this move. I think I just too tired. So robe, legs, and gloves still need to go. We'll do the yellow also. And hey, there goes our primal pickaxe. So I mean, you could flip primal pickaxes +5s. Maybe buy them for like 600 or 700k and then sell them for 2 mil. We couldn't really get an instant sell, but it did sell back, so. Alright, Armadillo Yellow, not the greatest, definitely stretch. Same on Tyrian Purple, not the greatest. Imperial Steel looking okay. Vulcanized Rubber looking okay. Overall, that first batch definitely had a little bit better prices than that one did. Okay, goodbye, pickaxe. Based on the nonsense sell price of the +5 top, it's around $1 million per top to craft from scratch. Not bad. Not bad. It is nice to know that people can do it for some crafting XP. Let's see what I want to do. We want to do seismic wand. 62 mil on the instant buy. Then we want to do singularity. Uh-oh. This account ran out of money. That's not good. Where do these go? We'll just do the singularity down here. Looks like I would have bought. 60... 825k. We'll just do that. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and write down these into the FM prices for Virtus. Alright, we've got Virtus Mask. Looking like it's going to be probably about, probably say like 19 million to 21.4. Definitely try to get some better margins if you can. Robe top is going to be probably 50. Actually, probably 52. So 52 million. These are like starting points, obviously, to 56.365. Okay. And then we've got our robe legs. We're gonna do probably these have had some pretty crazy margins lately, so probably do like 26 million start to like 33 million. Those have actually been kind of wild lately. So let's not miss out on a potentially juicy margin here. I'm gonna drop these a little bit too, since they did not sell with the other ones, but I would definitely try to sell closer to that 33 point, be a little bit more patient. All right, boots are going to be probably 9 million to 10.612 mil. And then we need to update our gloves. Virtus gloves, probably 10 million. 10 million to 11.447 mil. All right, those are going to be done. Now we do wand and book. Virtus wand. It's going to be probably about, I would say start out at like 7.6 million and then go to 9.2 mil. And then for the Virtus book, we're going to be starting out right at mid, basically. So Virtus book, we'll do 10.3 million to 13.71 mil. Potentially a very good margin on Virtus Book. You just want to start there. Probably start at the mid right there. That's looking pretty good. All right, we really need our Nox to go. Sometime today, please, Nox. Anytime. Don't be shy. Let's get Astaphylus Liscae going over here. So 105. 105, 550. Let's do a... Like, we could do the other stuff for Telos, but let me think about that. Let's see what we need. What has not been posted today on this. So we have SOS. Yeah, I mean, we might as well just do ZGS. Zeros Godsword. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't really need to continue pricing Zeros Godsword because I can go by our most recent prices. That one is just going to be buying it mid. Like, we just kind of know that. So 177 million to 185 million. Stretch both. That will be a great starting pin for... Oh my goodness. Did I really just... I just deleted the pin I made. 177 million to 185 million. Stretch both. There we go. Now let's not delete what I just typed. Discord was going a little slow. Alright, we got those. Let's do an essence of finality. Actually, I can't do it here. We gotta do smaller items up here. Essence of finality. 183,795. Reaper. This would just be a buy at mid. Death Touch. That'll just be a buy at mid also. Okay. Tea is good. Tea is good. We're probably going to go ahead and... I'm probably going to end up moving Reaper and Death Touch to the BFC stuff. So we're going to do Reaper. Actually, 40.9 million. 44 million stretch. Sell. And then DT bracelet. 42.5 million to 46 million. Stretch both. All right. Let's do a roar. And feel free to ask any questions. How's it going, guys? If you just recently joining us, feel free to ask any questions if you have any. We're just price checking through a whole bunch of different things, so I'm just kind of going through the prices. But anything you see on here, that was the instant buy for the item, so we're just going to end up selling it back at the instant buy. We're just doing like basic price checks here, and then I'm just kind of showing you the approximate like start buys as far as going by are the average margin on the item. So if you're like, where's he come up with this number? We're just going by the average margin. The average margin is the average. It happens almost all the time. You can definitely try to go lower. That's encouraged. Or you can, you know, just use the average right there and just start there. Okay, Roar of Awakening. I'm going to push this up a little bit, I think. Okay, so it is right above mid. I was thinking it probably was, but good to see. 183.7. And Essence of Finality is now gone. We need to do Ode. It's probably right above mid also. Oh, it's right at mid. Okay. You might be able to stretch sell this a little bit above mid, honestly. You might be able to. Okay, Essence of Finality. Let's go into BFC. So it looks like it's going to be probably 170. The margin's never that great on Essence, even though it just seems like it probably should be. I'd probably started off at like 176. 176 million to 183.8 million with a stretch sell, because that did sell back like really fast. All right, so we're gonna get these to sell back here. All right, so unfortunately the wife is home. So I'm gonna go and see what's up with her. She's home early, which means I don't think she's feeling very well today, so I might try to grab some lunch with her or something like that. But thank you so much for joining our stream. We did have a nice 2-hour stream of all price checking. I am going to continue posting some more prices into the Discord, so be sure to look in there if you want to see some more prices as we go through. But I will see you guys in the next stream. Thank you.